Howdy, everybody. Today, my southern side is really going to come out. I hope y'all enjoy it. Today's video is going to be about my southern part. Southernisms, our southern phrases and sayings that we have here in the South. There's a lot of them. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory, and some of them are pretty hard to decipher. So, let's get into this. I have them written down again as usual. So, let's start off by saying fixin' or fixin' to. You ever heard the saying fixin' to? That means you're about to. Gussied up means you're getting dressed up, all fancied. Hankering or hankering to means you have a hunger or a yearning. Highfalutin means you're fancy, you're pompous, you're pretentious. Breadbasket means your stomach. Breeches, to what you wear, your pants. Cattywampus means crooked. Fetch or fetch it means you're going to go get something or you're good looking. Lick means a small amount. Plumb, Plumb, means entirely or completely. I'm plumb tired. Piddling means you're puttering around, just wandering around. A ruckus means a disturbance or a commotion. Skedaddle means to run away or hurry. Uppity means you're haughty, or arrogant. Or whoop, which means you're going to whip or beat something. So, that's just some words that we say here in the South. Now, I have a whole list of phrases here. So let's get into these. These are phrases pertaining to getting angry. I'm going to jerk a knot in your tail. He's got a burr in his saddle. His knickers are in a knot, or your panties are in a knot. She's pitching a hissy fit. A hissy fit means, I'm sure everybody knows what a hissy fit is. Bad character, someone means these are a few of those. You're lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut. She's meaner than a wet panther. He's a snake in the grass. Why, that egg-sucking dog. Worthless as gum on a boot heel. When we're busy, these are phrases that we say. I've been running all over hell's half acre. I'm as busy as a one-legged cat in a sandbox. Busier than a moth in a mitten. Pertaining to conceit or vanity. She's so stuck up she'd drown in a rainstorm. She's stuck up higher than a light pole. She has her nose so high in the air she could drown in a rainstorm. He thinks the sun comes up just to hear him crow. Being cheap. He squeezes a quarter so tight you can hear the eagle scream. Poor as a church mouse. So poor I can't afford to pay attention. I was so poor I had a tumbleweed for a pet. I'm so poor I can't jump over a nickel to save a dime. He doesn't have a pot to pee in nor a window to throw it out of. And if you're dressed too skimpy or too scantily, those pants are so tight I could see her religion. Her pants are so tight if she toots, it will blow her boots off. You're going to have an old and pneumonia dressed like that. Confused? Here's some sayings. He doesn't know whether to check his butt or scratch his watch. Couldn't find his behind with both hands in his back pocket. She's lost his last year's Easter egg. Happiness. He's as happy as if he had good sense. Happier than old Blue laying on the porch chewing on a big old catfish head. Grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater. Well, that just deals my pickle. Being lazy? Won't hit a lick at a snake. Let the snake bite him before he'd try to get it away. He's about as useful as a steering wheel on a mule. Here's a little extra one. Does anybody know what an over-the-shoulder boulder holder is? It is a very large bra. Irritation. She gets my goose. He just makes my behind itch. She can make a preacher cuss. If you don't stop that crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about. I've heard that plenty of times. Who licked the red off of your candy? She could start an argument in an empty house. About as useful as a screen door on a submarine or a trapdoor in a canoe. Liars. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. That dog don't hunt. If his lips are moving, he's lying. That person is talking with their tongue out of their shoe. Stupidity. Here's a few. If that one had an idea, it would pass away from loneliness. The porch light's on, but no one's home. Only got one oar in the water. If brains were leather, he wouldn't have enough to saddle a June bug. Don't have the sense God gave a goose. I was born at night, but not last night. I'm not that gullible. Being in trouble? Heard a few of these. I'm going to cut your tail. I'm going to jerk her bald. Keep it up, and I'll cancel your birth certificate. I'm going to jerk a knot in your tail. When I misbehaved in church, that's what I heard. I'm going to tan your hide. Being slow, slow as in moving. Slower than a Sunday afternoon. You take as long as a month of Sundays. We're off like a herd of turtles. Ran like a scalded haint. Don't know if you all know what a haint is. That's a southern word too, but a haint is a spook, which is a ghost. Here's some more. I feel like I've been chewed up and spit out. Not feeling very attractive. Good-looking guys or gals? Fine as frog hair split 4 ways. Pretty as a pumpkin, but half as smart. Feeling hungry? I could eat the north end of a southbound polecat. Polecat is another word we say here in the South, which means skunk. Full as a tick, about to bust. Means you can't eat no more. Put that on top of your head and your tongue will beat your brains out trying to get to it. Are you surprised? Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Well, slap my head and call me silly. Here's just a few phrases that we say here in the South. And I'm sure you've heard some of these. I tend to revert back to these more when I go back home to where I grew up than I do where I live here. So here's a few of those. See if you recognize any of them. Y'all. You all. All y'all. All of you'uns. You'uns is another one. You'uns coming over? Down yonder or over yonder? That's just a direction. Bless your pea-picking little heart. If you can't run with the big dogs, stay under the porch. Fair to middling. How you feeling? Fair to middling. So-so. Deep in the South, where sushi is still called bait. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rockers. Can you imagine how nervous that would be? Couldn't carry a tune in a bucket if it had a lid. Meaning they can't sing very well. I reckon. Are you going to be at Mom's tomorrow? I reckon. Probably, yeah. We're living in high cotton. Meaning, got money. She's as pretty as a peach. Pretty self-explanatory, that one. Bless your heart. That could mean you're not very bright, or you're about to give an offhanded compliment or such. Coke is any soft drink or soda. Quit being ugly means stop being rude. Too big for their britches means you're full of yourself. You're too big for your britches. You're too up. You feel too high of yourself. I'm so full, I'm about to pop. Pretty self-explanatory, that one. If I had my druthers, D-R-U-T-H-E-R-S, means if I had my way. If I had my druthers, I'd just go to Mom's tomorrow instead of going next week. It's blowing up a storm, which means you can tell. I heard someone say the other day, this guy I watch, he's called Josh from England. Josh from England. And he said, he heard a saying in the South. And it was that you could smell rain coming. He said, is that true? Yeah. You could smell the rain coming. The air smells different. And, it's blowing up a storm. Means it's going to come a storm. That doesn't make a hill of beans. Which means it's essentially worthless. It's why bother. Kate never could. Busy as a cat on a hot tin roof. Can you imagine how hot a tin roof gets in the South? And if a cat was on a hot tin roof, how busy he would be trying to get off of it? So that's what that means. Hush your mouth. Somebody back-talking you, I don't know if you all know what back-talking means. Here in the South, when people sass, we say, don't back-talk me. So you say, hush your mouth, which means be quiet. Yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. That is just a form of respect. That's how we say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. That's just basically how I grew up. Yes, you respect your elders. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Means I'm going to if something don't come up. Well, I declare, which is basically, well, I declare, look over there's such and such. Raining cats and dogs means it's pouring outside. can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. I won't elaborate too much on that one. Give me some sugar, which means give me a kiss. I'm about to fly off the handle, means I'm about to get angry. Sure enough means sure enough. Till the cows come home. I'll sit out here on the porch waiting for him till the cows come home. Aren't you precious? Which is sarcasm. I am worn slap out. I'm tired. You're barking up the wrong tree, which means back off. Hold your horses. Calm down. Doohickey. Can you hand me that doohickey over there? Which basically means you forgot the name of whatever it is that you're wanting, and that's what you call it. That dog won't hunt, which means it won't work. My eyeballs are floating, which means I'm about to pee. I need to pee. I've got to pee. Porch lights on, but no one's home, which means they're not very bright. I'm plumb tore up about that. I'm upset. You're upset. I might could. I thought I might could. Means you might do it. It's hotter than blazes in here. Means it's hot. Heavens to Betsy means you're surprised. Well, I swanny. I swear. I'll tell you what. It could mean many different things. I'll tell you what. We'll do this. I'll tell you what. We'll do that. She's got gumption, which means she's got courage. 3 sheets to the wind. Susie over there is just 3 sheets to the wind, which means she's drunk. She's inebriated. You're preaching to the choir, which means I have the same opinions, same ideas that you do. I agree with you, so you're just wasting your time by telling me, because I already agree. It'll all come out in the wash, which means it'll be resolved. Or he'll be revealed. Goes to bed with the chickens. Granny goes to bed with the chickens, which means she goes to bed very early. Let's go whole hog means let's go all out. I'm going to have a party, but let's go whole hog. Let's go all out for it. In a coon's age. It means in a long time, which, like, I've not seen her in a coon's age. How's she been? Scarce as hen's teeth. Have you ever seen a hen with teeth? You know how scarce that is? So that basically says that's how rare something is. She had a conniption. She had a fit. She had an episode. Feeling poorly. I don't know if I can go. I'm just feeling poorly, which means you're feeling sick. So, those are a few phrases, sayings, and words that I come up with and wrote down to share with you all. I know that there's plenty more, and I may even do a part 2 to this. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this little lesson in Southern sayings, phrases, and words. Comment down below with any that you know or that you have heard or want to share. If you like this video, I'll look up some more. I'll come up with some more, look them up, and share them with you. So, until next time, I'll see you on the flip side. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit that notification button, and to share my video. Bye.